Hi, welcome to Global MediView. Today I'm going to speak on factors influencing the process of metabolism of drugs in the living system. The activities of microsomal enzymes that are responsible for the metabolism of many chemical substances in the body can be influenced or altered by some certain factors. I'm going to speak on some of the factors. I'm going to speak on 4 major factors that can influence the process of metabolism of drugs in the living system. And in the previous video, in phase 1 and phase 2 metabolism, I said the purpose of metabolism of drug is to break down this drug, to detoxify this drug, to convert them from lipophilic to hydrophilic or water soluble, so that they can be easily excreted out of the body. So there are some factors that can influence this process of metabolism of drugs in the living system. I'm going to start with pathological factors. When I say pathological factor or condition, I mean the health status of the person, the health condition of that particular person. Any disease, any impairment can influence the process of metabolism and biotransformation of drugs in the living system. Diseases like liver cirrhosis, hepatitis, jaundice, cancer, kidney problem, diabetes can influence the process of metabolism of drugs in the living system. So it is advisable for a physician to know the health status of the person, to know the health condition of that particular person before prescribing any medication, before prescribing any drug to that particular person. And also it is advisable for a patient to disclose the necessary information to the physician so that the physician can know the physician can know the medication that he or she can prescribe to the person. If a physician prescribe non-steroidal inflammatory drug, for example, aspirin or ibuprofen, to a patient that is an asthmatic patient. So if a physician unknowingly prescribe aspirin to an asthmatic patient, there will be shortness of breath. And when there is shortness of breath, there will be side effects. So the health status of the person can influence the process of metabolism of drug. And also, it has been found that aspirin, the use of aspirin, the treatment of chickenpox, cold, and influenza, and some other things, have been associated with the development of Raynaud's syndrome. And Raynaud's syndrome, one of the symptoms of Raynaud's syndrome is swelling of the brain and swelling of the liver. So, health status, pathological factors can influence the process of metabolism of drugs in the living system. Another factor, another condition is physiological factor. Physiological condition of that particular person. The hormonal balance, if the person's secretion of hormone is too much, if the person's secretion of hormone is reduced, it can influence the process of biotransformation and metabolism of drugs in the living system. Under physiological factor, we have nutrition and diet also. I've seen different people taking medication with fruit juice, taking medication with soft drinks. Taking medication with fruit juice will inhibit an enzyme, cytochrome-P3A4, that is responsible for metabolism of drugs in the living system. If cytochrome-P3A4 is inhibited, there's increase in bioavailability of that particular drug in the system. So if there's increase in bioavailability of that particular drug in the system, it can result to side effect. That is, can also result to toxicity because we have accumulation of that particular drug in the system that is not yet metabolized. People taking medication with fruit juice should be aware that it is not advisable. It's either the pharmacological action of that particular drug is reduced or to result to side effect. And also, people taking medication with soft drinks, it is advisable not to take medication with soft drinks. Your health status may not be strong enough to take medication with soft drinks because, and also we have drug-drug interaction in that part because some soft drink contains chemicals, and some chemicals is either they act as drug-drug interaction, that is, they inhibit or reduce the process. They reduce the process of metabolism or increase the process of metabolism of that drug, reducing the pharmacological action of that particular drug. So it is advisable to take medication with water. Another factor, another condition influencing the process of metabolism is genetic factor. Another genetic factor, that is, I'm going to speak on individual differences, because the individual differences, that is, drug used in European country may not be effective in an African country, because individual differences, we have differences in physiological and genetic differences. So that is just that under genetic factors. And the last one is drug-drug interaction. When I say drug-drug interaction, I mean combination of different drugs together. That is, it can either induce a drug or inhibit a particular substance. That is, inhibit an enzyme or induce an enzyme. That is, when I say inhibit an enzyme, it's going to inhibit an enzyme. When you combine two drugs together, a drug will inhibit an enzymes, then influence the other. Then enzymes induction, that is, a drug will increase the process of the action of that particular enzyme, increase the process of metabolism, while the other one is going to inhibit. Those are four major factors that can influence the process of metabolism of drugs in the living system. That is, the pathological factors, the physiological factor, the genetic factors, and drug-drug interaction. The drug interaction, that is, drug induction, drug inhibition. And I said other pathological factor, I said the health status, any disease, any impairment can influence the process of metabolism of drugs. Under physiological factors, I said it is not advisable to take medication with fruit juice. Taking medication with soft drinks can influence the process of metabolism of drugs. And also I said in the genetic aspect, the genetic condition, I said individual differences influence the process of metabolism of drugs. So those are the four major factors that can influence the process and biotransformation of many chemical substances, many drugs in the body. Thank you.